Hey, how you doing? Welcome along to the latest episode of the Alias Marketing and Design podcast. I'm Ian Connery, owner and founder of Alias Marketing and Design. Today's podcast, brand new episode. If you're starting out in business, or if you're a current business owner and you're struggling to stay focused and organized, do not miss today's episode. It's definitely for you. Bring the intro. Is how to market your business as an owner and entrepreneur unclear and difficult to understand? Welcome to the Alias Marketing and Design podcast. The podcast created to help you as a business owner and entrepreneur. Market and grow your business online. Here's your host, me, Ian Connery, owner and founder of Alias Marketing and Design. Yes, loving our new intro. Puts me in such a great mood to start today's podcast. So it's no secret that running a business, owning a business, is definitely not a walk in the park. And in today's world, social media, everyone's all about flexing success, Lambos and all that sort of crack on Instagram, etc. Today's podcast is all about a really simple tool. Over the years, I've been speaking to different business owners and this kept cropping up all the time. So years and years ago, when I was involved in the entertainment industry, continuously, many different people involved who all shall remain nameless, continuously blasted out all these posts, blasted all this noise across social media and across the internet on how successful they were. But when you dug a little deeper in and spoke to a few people about, what was going on with regards to their involvement and their contribution to the entertainment industry and how successful they actually were, it was all absolute nonsense. It was all absolute lies. Their entire existence was all just purely about smoke and mirrors. They had built up this brand, this persona, and this reputation purely built on false hype. And a tip of the cap to my good buddy who was involved with me for many years, and he'll know who he is inside the entertainment industry. And we would have regular chats about this smoke and mirrors tactic, which I'm sure is still used and more so throughout the entertainment industry at present. Well, up till the coronavirus crisis hit. The reason I bring up the whole smoke and mirrors and the entertainment industry is over the years, I've met many hugely successful business owners, ladies, gentlemen, doing phenomenal figures in their business. Many of them have been in business for many years. On the face of it, taking the whole smoke and mirrors analogy, all these guys seem really with it, really patient, really successful, and I suppose most of them come across as if they can't be phased at all. But through my continual involvement with them and building up great friendships and relationships with them, I would have seen a side to them where they're just exactly like everybody else. They're all human. So beyond that smoke and mirrors, beyond that, I suppose, front of success and front of cool and calmness, there is a genuine human behind. But there's a reason that they can become and stay and remain so cool and collected. And one thing that kept cropping up over the years was a tool that they were using. And it was this checklists tool. They're all using checklists. And I came across this article on industryweek.com recently, and it sparked this whole checklists phenomenon and the concept on how useful checklists can be for your business, particularly if you're starting off with regard to staying organized, staying focused on the tasks in hand, and not getting super overwhelmed by everything that goes on when you're running your own business. Inside the article on industryweek.com, basically alluded to the fact of how important checklists are. Brain surgeons to fighter pilots to emergency response units are all using checklists. And the reason for this is we all need these lists. We all need lists to survive, and our brain is just not good at keeping them. And inside this article on industryweek.com, it notes a surgeon who basically did an investigation and tells the story of how a checklist was introduced into operating rooms at the Johns Hopkins Hospital, which tried to reduce the incidence of central line infection. Care specialist named Peter Provnost, apologies if I pronounce your name incorrectly, Peter, created a simple 5-step checklist of these well-known steps to follow, such as doctors washing their hands with soap. Very basic, obvious things. And the nurses were given the job to ensure that these checklists were enforced and adhered to during all the procedures. And after a year, the Johns Hopkins Hospital found that by implementing this checklist, that they had prevented 43 infections, 8 deaths, and saved $2 million in costs. That is just incredible. That just shows the power of checklists. So these checklists, as you can see, are made up of simple little tasks. So obviously, doctors, surgeons, very clever guys, but simply reminding them that they need to wash their hands and follow this checklist saved and prevented all these infections, saved 8 deaths, and saved over $2 million in costs. So these checklists basically take something which is sometimes perceived as a very complicated process and breaks them down into the minimum of steps. So definitely, this is one of the most underappreciated tools on the planet, but it's definitely got growing value and growing recognition around. So how do we use checklists inside Alias Marketing and Design? 2 examples where we use checklists all the time during the month would be for SEO tasks when we're writing blogs and put them up on clients' websites, and web design. So we simply follow this checklist every time we're going to create a website or every time we're going to create a post on a client's website. So by following these checklists, whether it's writing a blog article and posting it on a client's website or creating a website for a client, basically what this does is it improves our time management. We're not jumping back and forth all over the place. And ultimately, it improves our efficiency. And most importantly, it helps us stay focused. So one huge advantage is that when you're starting out in business or you're just simply setting up these checklists, you can use these checklists essentially as a mini SOP manual. So you can pass these on throughout your team. You can give them to new employees, new contractors coming into your business. Really important from that point of view that you can share them to people. You can get people to follow these checklists very simply, very easily, and complete tasks in the exact procedure of steps that you want them to do it, thereby maintaining your business's efficiency and obviously keeping your employees focused on what they're meant to be doing. So, how do we create these checklists? Do we write a journal? Scribble it down in a notebook? Do we use Microsoft Word, type them all out, share the documents out to all our crew? No. We use Trello. I've spoken about Trello before and how fantastic a tool Trello is, how simple it is to use, and how amazing the tool is. We've built so many different systems. We use it in the business every single day. We use it at home, much to my wife's initial despair, but she loves it now. And she's a Trello fanatic and uses Trello all the time at home. But simply, how do you set up a Trello checklist? Simply sign up for your Trello account. It's free. Create a board. We would have a board called Alias Resources 2020. Inside the board, simply create a list. This list will be a general theme. So, for instance, SEO in our case. And inside your list, create a card. So we simply name our card writing a blog post. And inside that card, set out your checklist. So for writing a blog post, we have approximately, from memory, I think it's about 20 steps from creating the very first post inside the WordPress CMS down to emailing the client to make sure that and notify them that it has been posted. Our web design checklist, I think, is around 45 to 50 last time I checked. So it's that simple. Sign up to Trello, create a board, create a list, and inside the list, create a card. And inside the card, you can add your checklist. As you complete the checklist, you go through your tasks associated with whatever you're doing, your project, etc. Simply check them all off and make sure that they're all complete. When you've done them, uncheck them all and use them the next time you're on that particular project. So there you go. The power of checklists. Use them in your business to improve time management, increase efficiency, stay focused, and get stuff done quicker. I've been Ian Connery. This has been the Alias Marketing and Design Podcast. Hope you got great value out of today's episode. If you're using checklists in your business, let us know. Drop a comment below and tell us about your system. Tell us what you're using to make your checklists and to improve your own business and your own systems. Until next time, from all of us here at the Alias Marketing and Design Podcast, we'll talk to you back here real soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.